Thank you.
How's your life has been different as being Prime Minister and Prime Minister in waiting?
Well, you waited for too long. That when you achieve that, it's just like normal. You've been thinking about it, plan, and I am as comfortable as I was before. So nothing has changed. My mannerism, my contact. Although the burden of office is, of course, something else, and you have to deal with the problems of the state, and you have to work really, really hard.
Your premiership is approaching 100 days. Is this still honeymoon period for you?
Not really, because from day one, my colleagues getting the clear message, all committed. We work very hard. We don't have a clear time frame, whether it's a week or a month or a year. The point is, from day one, we have to set the parameters right, because we are talking about good governance, ridding the country of corruption, which has become systemic, which means the challenge is serious. And we have also some glimmer of racial tension and religious animosity, which we have to deal with. But I believe the majority of Malaysians remain safe, understanding that we can live up to our belief, but we have the country to preserve and secure.
You have discussion with Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, and it's been expected highly out of your visit that it will lead to peace process in Thailand, especially the role of Malaysia. Can you tell me what you discussed with him?
Well, with Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and Deputy Prime Minister Janet Prawit, who's of course dealing with some issues in the south, we discussed it extensively because it's been going on for decades. The difference being, it is an internal matter within Thailand. So we can come in only as a facilitator when requested. And I told Prime Minister Prayut that in a small way, with your agreement, I would do whatever is necessary, talking to our friends in the south, engaging with them, and also engaging with those in Bangkok. There is trust deficit. Is it true that there is not going to be intimidation? Is it true that their welfare, that their religion and culture and language be protected? I believe it is true. I mean, it's not just a matter of what the government had said, but it's from their action. So we'll have to then ensure that the negotiations and meetings take place more often, and some of the issues raised must be dealt with and addressed. But what cannot be considered or compromised is our position against any form of violence. Well, there's a problem dealing with Myanmar, which is more problematic for Thailand because of the common border. You're dealing with the military junta that do not care about the plight of human rights issues, killings, and rights of minorities. But I told my Thai counterpart that we have a problem because almost 200,000 already in Malaysia. We can't cope. The solution is not to give them better housing and medical facilities. The solution is in Myanmar. It must be there and resolved by the military regime. We can't say that the whole of ASEAN has no influence or say. Because if we do give that signal, then the Europeans and the Americans or the Chinese will claim the right. So that's my view. Although I must humbly concede that I'm junior in this region, in the leadership. So I have to speak and persuade the other more senior leaders.
Do you still believe in ASEAN way and constructive engagement, ASEAN way of solving this crisis?
Yes and no. There is also a lot of strength in dialogue and negotiations, but the ASEAN way has been extremely productive in dealing with many other issues, negotiating, tolerance, etc. But the ASEAN way needs to be revised when it comes to Myanmar because constructive engagement has not been working.
What's your plan of revising it as the newcomer?
As a newcomer, I will have to listen to my other colleagues. I acknowledge there is a problem. It's our previous attempt to resolve doesn't seem to work. Things have gotten worse. You can't say it's an internal problem of Myanmar because it's affecting us, affecting Thailand badly because of the border. Refugees worse in Malaysia, and the refugees even affecting Indonesia. So we'll have to. Indonesia is taking the lead. I will probably, in the next 1 or 2 weeks, speak to President Jokowi, giving my view on what has happened and seeking his wisdom in formulating some new strategies.
Dr. Mahathir just said recently that he couldn't figure out why he lost in the election. Do you have answer for him?
No, I think should leave him alone. And I think he has done his part, but he also committed many blunders. And but for now, I think the country has to move on. And at the right time, then it will move on even beyond Anwar. We have to accept it. This is the reality. And the sooner myself or him or anybody accept the fact that we have a role, but we have got to read the signal. It's done. It's done.
Do you have time for yourself right now, like think back to see what really happened to you to be at this very juncture?
Well, it's just too long. You are suggesting I'm too old. No, I think it's important that when you are entrusted with the job, you have to continue to deliver. Now, if it's true that we waited too long, then make full use of the time to deliver the goods, affect change, and at least give some ray of hope. Malaysia can do much more. Malaysia should be able to encourage all citizens to have a clear direction and hope. And I think that is my preoccupation. Get the right team, get the right policies, and implement to the best of our ability.